Hi, I'm Chris Helmuth with Hands on Greater Phoenix, and I am going to show you how to make some superhero capes. So in the box that you received in the mail, you should have specifically, Teresa, you and your group, should have 10 rectangles of fabric. And all folded up, it's a template for a cape. You should also have bag stencils, fabric marker, Velcro tabs, craft glue, scissors, and a scrap bag. Okay? So the first thing you're going to do is cut out your cape template. And if you feel like one side is nicer than the other, then I want you to stencil on the bad side. So if I feel like this is the really nice side, then I'm going to do my stenciling for my cape on the ugly or the bad side. You lay out your stencil, your cape stencil. I put it all the way to the edge so you have less cutting, sort of in the corner. And you want to use your fabric marker to outline your cape. So you just, and if for some reason the fabric marker doesn't work, you can use any marker or chalk, whatever works better, whatever you have on hand. You outline the cape onto the fabric. And then with your fabric scissors, and if you have your own pair that's nicer than ours, feel free to use those. You carefully cut out the cape from the template that you made. And so it should come out looking something like this, right? Has little flaps, full size, rounded edges. And you want to try and make the cape itself as smooth around the edge as possible, not so choppy. Or jagged, it just looks better that way. If you have some marker marks on them, that's okay, because you drew on the ugly side of the cape, that side's gonna go down, and your clean side with no marker leftover marks is gonna be on the front side, on the top side. So the next thing you do, and really the bulk of the project, is cutting out your embellishments, how you want to decorate your cape. And I certainly suggest keeping it simple, but you get as elaborate as you want. We give you the bag of stencils for ideas and to make it easy, but if you have ideas of your own or want to go and look up stuff and print off things, and by all means. But all these stencils are just to help you trace what you want to make onto the scrap fabric. You're not gluing on these stencils. You're tracing with your fabric marker on the scrap fabric these things and then cutting them out, and then you'll be gluing them on the cape. So I, again, would suggest, and I tell everybody, trace on, if you feel like there's a good side or a bad side, you want to trace on the bad side, because once you cut it out, you don't want to see any of those markers. It's okay if they're on there, because you're going to glue the marker side down. So all we see is a fresh, clean embellishment on the top. So some different ones we cut out. We have the flower, the Wonder Woman. There's a crown. So you just cut them out of whatever color fabric you want. There's the giant cupcake. You can add a cherry on top if you have some red. Butterflies. Sometimes people cut out the smaller item and put it over the larger item with different colors to make it interesting. If you're gonna do the Superman, for those of you that have the Superman, you cut out the diamond separately, then the S, and remember that the S, the wide part, goes at the top of the diamond. So I'm trying to find that for you. I have seen so many people put it on sort of incorrectly. And not that there's a right way, but sort of when you're looking at it. So I don't have, oh, here it is. So this big chunky part at the top, it's gonna go at the top. So it's on the widest part of the diamond, so it fits. I've seen people go upside down, and then it's like, well, the wide part sticks off the diamond, so this chunky part goes on top. And remember, if you're gonna use the Superman, trace it backwards on your marker so that when you cut it out and flip it over, the clean side will be the way the S should go. So you can do those in 2 different colors. It makes it look really fun. and it doesn't have to be, I think it's red and yellow, but it doesn't have to use any colors you want. So when you cut out whatever stuff you want to put on your cape, you're going to use your craft glue and carefully put the glue on the cutouts. Now I would suggest not doing it on your cape. This glue, a lot of the glue doesn't dry clear, it dries white. So if you try and glue on top of your cape, you could get glue dots and all kinds of stuff all over your cape and it'll look messy. So maybe use a paper towel or a paper plate next to you. You can put glue directly on your cutout. And you want to do it on the edge, but don't put it so far to the edge that when you put your embellishment on, that glue squirts out, because that's what's going to make it messy. And if the glue is having a hard time, you can always untwist it. You know, sometimes these things get clogged. You can use a little paintbrush, a craft stick, plastic spoon or knife or whatever you have at home. And you can use that to put the glue on your embellishment. But remember, put the glue on the ugly side, anything that might show markers or anything, so that you can glue that down and the nice side is showing really well. So again, you can use the stencils that we provide, you can do your own. We've had people do letters. You just have to trace them backwards so that they turn out nice and neat. But yeah, make it as fun as you want. Here's a really simple one. If you want to see, so they just did 2 sizes of our stars and then made their own rectangles to make it kind of fun. So super easy. I could show you all kinds of different ideas. I should have showed you one that's not so great. Somebody glued a dollar bill on it and it just made no sense. So for the most part, just you know, try and be careful with your cutting. Take your time. Not too much glue, and again, it doesn't dry clear, so you got to be careful of that. But you know, the kids get excited about anything. Getting one of these capes is just super fun, so they're excited with whatever's on the back, as long as you have fun doing it. The last part is the Velcro tabs. You should have those in a little baggie. They go on the tabs of your cape. I would put a little glue. I know they're sticky, but those don't always last, so I'd put a little glue on the back of the Velcro sticky and put it on there. The hardest part of this is to remember that one Velcro piece goes behind a tab and the other Velcro piece goes in front of the tab, so that they cross over and attach. You don't want them going on the same side of the tabs, because then they'll end up joining like this. You want the kids to be able to attach their cape in front, right? Like that. So doesn't matter which side, but what if you put one piece of Velcro on the back side, put the other piece of Velcro on the front side of the other tab so they cross over, okay? Take a picture of your families making these, and it's always a little bit more fun at the end to get them with their cape on their back, because otherwise, if you do it this way, it just looks like a giant bib. And that's not as much fun as a cape. So you can have them hold it out that way. That's kind of fun. Or everybody put theirs on, make a superhero pose or whatever they want to do. But we would love to see pictures of what they make. So hope that was easy enough. If you have questions, just email me or text me. My number's 480-227-0460. I'm happy to answer questions while you're doing it, or you can call me. Or my email is Chris, CHRIS, @handsonphoenix.org. So have fun with it. Thank you so much. The kids from Kids on the Move are going to love them. So thanks. Bye.